Max Danger here. Today, back with another review, with most of my reviews now going to be a bit more broader and a bit more honest and more open-minded here. And today is the review of The Long Walk. And to start off, this film was actually amazing. And what I mean by amazing, like to the point where it's a very emotional film, especially from a Stephen King film. And to be honest, like doing a bit of research beforehand was that this was like one of his first books he did. So for him to make this one in particular, like this should have been one of his first few that he should have done, because this was actually amazing. And and with it releasing this year, like, is actually a good story. As I mentioned, very emotional. It is a film that's gonna probably be very, like, getting in the feels, because you kind of feel for the characters. Like, what I love about this film is how they deliver on the acting, because it's like it was like very, very impactful. It was like one of those films where you looked at the trailer and you thought it, because people were making comparisons, like people were making like Hunger Games type of film or some other ones, and it's nowhere like that. It's not like anything with films that he was trying to copy or anything. This was like a very clever idea to do as a book adaptation movie, and it actually fits as well with the overall story as well. And I'm not going to go too much into spoilers, because obviously with knowing my reviews, I don't really do as much spoiler reviews as much anymore. Only dependent on, like, if there's like terrible movies and stuff, then I might consider. But with The Long Walk, like, you have the guy from Alien Romulus playing in this role, then you have a bunch of other characters, and then you're following like one main guy in the film, which you clearly are, and you feel for him, you feel the emotion, you feel the impact, you feel the development throughout this entire film. And the way how the setting, like, all the camera work is very clever, and the way how it's all filmed looked really great, especially for it to be like a fully like movie just on walking. But you kind of see how clever like the story is, but then when it gets to that emotional beat, when it gets to those things that pull on your heartstrings, you do feel emotional for the characters, because this is probably going to be a film, I got a feeling this might get a few awards coming down the line, because I kind of see that, like probably best performance or best movie, because the film in a way is marketed as like a horror, and just to say, it is not a horror. I'm telling you right now, it's not scary. Like, there is scary at certain parts when they get that, but morale of the film and the story, like, it's not scary. Like it's a story that is good, but there was no horror element to it. Like, it gives you the anticipation, it gives you like the build during the film, and then it gets to those emotional beats, and then it makes you thinking as well, because like it's a very, like, the messaging is great. I won't go too much in a spoiler, as I said, but it is one of those films where you feel for every single moment, because the moments count in this film. And I would say probably one of my other favorite movies of this year. Near the end of the year, I might consider doing like a top 10 of my favorite films of this year, because I know like YouTubers and content creators have been starting doing, the whole trend and all that. I might get myself into it of ranking films. So there's no if you're into that, and I'll consider doing a video on that. But overall, the film delivers on those emotional parts. The characters, as I mentioned, brilliant. The story, great. The only thing is that the pacing was great. Like, again, I couldn't find anything bad to find or any criticism. Like, I couldn't find anything. Like, the film was just too great. Like, anyone that has an opinion on it or anything, let me know in the comments. But again, we all have our opinions at the end of the day. And this film hits the mark with one of my other favourite movies of this year. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you in the next review. Danger out.